Hello, welcome back to Duke on the Bike. It's been quite a little while since I posted a video. That was really down to the weather and the fact that I had other things I needed to be doing, so I wasn't actually out on the bike all that much. I have, however, now finished and come back from the Tour de Faff. I've mentioned in previous videos I was going down for a couple of days to join the lads down in the Lake District. So there was Alec, Blairy View, there was Nigel, Todge 29, there was Steve, the Dorset Rider, and there was Joe, Kind to Go. And I've been looking forward to that for absolutely months. I mean, it felt like a long time in coming. And it finally arrived, and unfortunately the weather was garbage. Garbage, that's putting it mildly. The weather was biblical. Noah was rebuilding his ark, it was that wet. So what happened was the guys, Nigel, Joe and Steve all came up from south of England in absolutely torrential monsoon rain and did it over a couple of days. And got to the Lake District, and they were absolutely soaked. There was equipment malfunctions. Steve's cardo stopped working, his phone stopped working. It was just absolutely biblical rain. But they got there, and I wasn't going down till the Tuesday. So they had Monday, and they did, what did they do? Hard Knock Pass and that kind of thing, and it was pretty much an adventure in the rain that they had. I think Hard Knock was basically a waterfall from what I could make out. So I went down the Tuesday. I just bombed down the motorway, and the weather was fine on Tuesday. I got a little bit of rain at Sharp, but nothing to speak of. I've overtaken this woman already, but I had to stop because I hadn't done up my chin strap. So yeah, I went down the Tuesday, got down in the dry. Wednesday we were doing the North York Moors. Excuse me. And I'll be honest, I was feeling a bit shit. So the Wednesday was fairly wet in the morning, kind of dried up in the afternoon, and it was fine. Excuse me. I'll tell you about the feeling shit first. So, as you can hear, I've got a bit of a cough. As it turned out, I was feeling shit because I had bloody COVID. Dear. So that'll explain it. A bouncing sore head, a really annoying cough, and just feeling a bit shitey. However, I had looked forward to this trip for so long that I absolutely wasn't going to not go. So we went out on the Wednesday, and we did wonderful trip. The only filming I did was on Wednesday. The Tour de Faff relates to the faffing about, setting up cameras and things like that. And the other guys are producing much better videos than I'm capable of doing. So I thought, well, let them do the filming because they're better at it than I am. And I'll just enjoy the run. And Wednesday, what a day Wednesday was. Was it Wednesday? No, tell a lie, Thursday. Wednesday was wet in the morning, dry in the afternoon. Thursday was absolutely cracking. What a day. I've got some footage of that, which I'll maybe put up at a later date. But most of the filming I wanted the guys just to do because they're better at it, as I say, than I am. Then on Friday, I was properly feeling proper poorly. So I said, right guys, my plan was to join them for some of the ride for the day and then head up the road, sort of peel off at an appropriate junction. But I was feeling absolutely diabolical. Excuse me, see, I've still got this bloody cough. So I said, right, I'm just going to go home. So I just took the M6 headed home, and oh my god, it was so wet. It's about 100 miles on the M6 for me to get home from the Lake District. It took me about 2.5 hours because everything was going so slowly, because the M6 was badly flooded. The rain was absolutely torrential. So got home soaking. But I was dry underneath, my gear did its job. I had my RST trousers, my RST adventure jacket. So yeah, I was completely dry. Gloves were absolutely drenched, of course, but that's what happens. And my feet, I wear Arctic Royal lace-up boots, and they are fantastic things. They're only 60 quid for the pair, and obviously I look after them because, well, it's an army thing. You look after your boots, they'll look after you. So they were all dubbined and polished and things like that. So yeah, feet were 100% dry, even in the most horrendous rain that I've ever experienced on a bike. I think it was certainly as bad as ever I've come across. So yeah, so came back, but absolutely had a ball. I've mentioned again in previous videos that I suffer a little bit from social anxiety. I don't like meeting new people, and this sorry, hang on a second. This time I went down, and because I had sort of remotely spoken to the guys, so I've spoken to a couple of them on the phone. There was obviously the live stream on a Sunday. I've seen the guys. We're on a WhatsApp group together, so I was fairly comfortable with meeting them, so I wasn't at all anxious when I went down. And a nicer and easier bunch of guys to get on with. You couldn't meet. It was terrific. So I'm very grateful for the invitation. Despite the fact that the weather was a bit disappointing, I had an absolutely marvellous time. But the guys are great. They're exactly as you would expect, as you've seen them on their YouTube channels or on the live stream, or anything you've seen. They're exactly like that. There's no surprises. There's no pretension anyway, and an absolutely fantastic bunch of guys. So thank you very much again for inviting me to join you. It was fantastic and great to meet you. So there we go. So that's a kind of just a little catch up of what I've been doing. There's a whole lot of other things to talk about, but maybe leave that for another video. This is just a little ramble and let you know how I got on. I'm going to talk about sort of in future videos about the massive widescreen that I've got in front of me just now. I'll tell you a little bit about that, and a few other things that are coming. So once again, thank you very much for watching. This is just a quick update. I'll do a little bit more videoing going into next week. I have been a little bit neglectful, but that's unfortunately just can't be helped. When I was free, the weather was crap, and when I wasn't free, the weather wasn't too bad at all. Sod's law. Thanks for watching. Ride safe, take care, catch you in the next one. Bye.